Well, we just seen the not guilty verdict of Zimmerman. I don't know what his name is. Zimmerman from the Trayvon Martin case. It was going on for years, and I mean, this is how I feel about this whole situation. This is my interpretation. You know, uh, I have a son, and if somebody had killed my son, I don't know what I would do. You see what I'm saying? That's just me. Period. But what I got out of this case, this not guilty verdict in Florida, this is what it tells me. If you live in Florida, this is what I got from it. If you have a concealed weapons permit and somebody else has a concealed weapons permit, and you two are on mutual ground, and there's no witnesses, and let's say you guys have a confrontation in some place where there's no witnesses or it's late at night or whatever, you can have a shootout. You could kill each other, and the person that's standing is gonna walk scot free. That's what it's saying to me. I mean, that's the law is saying in Florida. If there's no witnesses and regardless of anything else, that you know, hey, bottom line is this. This is my interpretation. If you're out walking around in Florida and you don't have a gun, well, your life is on the line. So basically, if somebody else has a gun and they have a permit to carry it, and for some odd reason you guys come to an argument, and one person's trying to retreat or whatever, it doesn't matter. If the other person has a gun and he can kill you, and you're dead and you have nothing to say and there's no witnesses, well, hey, it's justifiable. All you got to do is tell a story and you get off on it. That's the disturbing part about this case. I don't know if it's like maybe that's what our society. I mean, it used to be like that in the Wild West. Everybody used to carry a gun, and everybody had a little bit more respect then. You would watch your P's and Q's because you don't want to start no trouble because you don't want to have a shootout with somebody. But that's what it seems like we're going back to. We're going back to this Wild Wild West type situation where it's he said, she said. We both have concealed permits. I mean, this is what the case is saying. It's basically saying, look, if if uh, if you're out if you're out at night or in a desolate area in Florida, and two people have a confrontation, and one has a gun and one doesn't, it's your word against his. It's justifiable. That's the scary part about this thing. And I'm not saying I'm against guns or anything like that. I'm just saying that this case is more about you know um, doing it's sensible stuff here. You know, I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I know if it was my son, I would probably react a lot different. I would be pretty. I don't know what I would do, but the fact of this case, it's like this. If you live in Florida and you don't have a concealed weapons permit and you're always out at night by yourself, you better get one. That's what that case is telling me right there. And I don't know, that could set a precedent for other states. You could just be walking around and like, hey man, nobody was, you get a fight with some dude or whatever at a corner. Hey, look, let's pull out our guns. Let's not even talk about it. It's not even, it's forget it. Not even fighting about it. We're just shooting each other. And so that's the interpretation that I'm getting from this. You might as well just go out and get a permit tomorrow if you live in Florida. So, anyways, I mean, I got mixed situation. I feel mixed about this case. I mean, to me, this Zimmerman guy, he didn't have to get in that situation, and the attorney or the prosecuting attorney said the rules had changed, called stand your ground. So, they were trying to prove the fact that Zimmerman was instigating that, and Trayvon was standing his ground, but he didn't have a gun and there was no witnesses. That's my interpretation of the prosecution's case. And he couldn't prove it, though. So, that's a sad situation for everybody. I mean, you can't walk in your own neighborhood, or, you can't walk on common ground if you're in somebody's neighborhood and it's not your neighborhood, but you're both on common ground, and somebody doesn't like you there. They can instigate you. You better have a gun. Because you can't, I guess he could have just ran away, but he wasn't the one that started the beef. Anyways, that's my take on it. It's unfortunate for everybody. I feel sorry for the persons who lost their son. And, I feel sorry for everybody. It's just a bad vibe all the way across the board. But my interpretation of the prosecution is that, it's sending the wrong message to the rest of the states. You better have a gun if you're in a dark, lonely place on common ground. That's it. Or, because if you're dead, you can't defend yourself. Anyways, that's all I have to say. I'm out.